Hi, welcome to Pat's Pondering. My schedule's a little bit off. I was traveling last week, and it's been a very busy day today, so I'm a little bit late doing this, but it's Wednesday and I'm here. Today, we're going to be reading a Chicken Soup for the Mother's Soul 2, and this one is called The Potato Puppy. You're going to like this, it's cute. My 4-year-old son Shane had been asking for a puppy for over a month, but his daddy kept saying, "No dogs. A dog will dig up the garden and chase the ducks and kill our rabbits. No dog, and that's final." Well, each night, Shane would pray for a puppy. And each morning, he was disappointed when there was no puppy waiting outside for him. I was peeling potatoes for dinner, and he was sitting on the floor at my feet, asking for the thousandth time, "Why won't Daddy let me have a puppy?" "Because they're a lot of trouble. Don't cry. Maybe Daddy will change his mind someday." I encouraged him. "No, he won't. And I'll never have a puppy in a million years," he said. I looked into his dirty, tear-streaked face. How could we deny him his one wish? So I said the words that were first spoken by Eve. "I know a way to make Daddy change his mind." "Really?" Shane wiped away his tears and he sniffled. I handed him a potato. "Take this and carry it with you until it turns into a puppy," I whispered. "Never let it out of your sight for 1 minute. Keep it with you at all times. And on the third day, tie a string around it and drag it around the yard and see what happens." Well, Shane grabbed that potato right out of with both hands. "Mama, how do you make a potato into a puppy?" He turned it over and over in his little hands. "Shh, it's a secret," I whispered and sent him on his way. "Lord, you know what a woman must do to keep peace in her home," I prayed. Shane faithfully carried his potato around for 2 days. He slept with it. He bathed with it, and he talked to it. On the third day, I said to my husband, "We really should get a pet for Shane." "What makes you think he needs a pet?" My husband leaned against the doorway. "Well, he's been carrying a potato around with him for days. He calls it Wally, and it says it's his pet. Well, he sleeps he sleeps with it on his pillow. And right now, he has a string tied around it, and he's dragging it around the yard," I said. "A potato?" my husband asked, and looked out the window and watched Shane taking his potato for a walk. "It will break his heart when that potato gets mushy and rots," I said, and started getting out food for lunch. Besides, every time I tried to peel potatoes for dinner, Shane cries because he said, "I'm killing Wally's family." "A potato?" my husband asked. "My son has a pet potato?" "Well," I said, shrugging, "you said he couldn't have a puppy, so he was so disappointed in his mind, he decided he would have a pet." "That's crazy," my husband said. "Well, maybe you're right, but explain to me why he is dragging that potato around the yard on a string," I said. My husband watched our son for a few minutes. "I'll be home. I will bring home a puppy tonight. I will stop by the animal shelter after work." "Now, I guess a puppy can't be that much trouble," he sighed. "Well, it's better than a potato." Well, that night, Shane's daddy brought home a wiggly puppy and a pregnant white cat that he took pity on while he was at the shelter. Everyone was happy. My husband thought he had saved my son from a nervous breakdown. Shane had a puppy, a cat, and 5 kittens. Believed his mother had magic powers that could change a potato into a puppy. And I was happy because I got my potato back and cooked it for dinner. Everything was perfect until one evening when I was cooking dinner. Shane tugged on my dress and said, "Mama, do you think I could have a pony for my birthday?" I looked into his sweet little face and said, well, first we have to have a watermelon. That was written by Linda Stanford. Yeah, those little guys, you just can't really, you know, that's hard for them. They want so badly, and they don't understand when they're that little. I know my kids wanted a pet, and I got them a poodle, and his name was Dusty. He had a little bit of a peachy under his chin there. That dog was so much company to those children. And we lived in a duplex, and the bedrooms were upstairs. So at night I'd say, okay, it's time to get the kids to bed. We'd go upstairs, and they were young enough, they had twin beds in the room. And I knew when he came back downstairs that my kids were both asleep. He would not leave them until they were asleep. So I just knew. He was the greatest babysitter. And then in the morning, I'd say, okay, Dusty, it's time to go wake up the kids. He would barrel up that stairs and he would hop from one bed to the other bed, one bed to the other bed. Those kids would wake up laughing. That dog meant the world to him. And I had just gone through a divorce, so it was really a time for them to have something to hang on to hold. And that dog was the perfect thing. I hadn't planned on doing that, but I weakened. But they needed that puppy at that time. They really did. And we had him for quite some time before he, yeah. Anyway, on Friday afternoon, I would love to have you join me. At 2 o'clock Central Time, I'm going to give a workshop on the loss of a pet. Many people don't understand how close you can be to an animal, that relationship that you have with that animal. And when you lose them, you grieve. The same as if you would grieve a person. It's a different relationship, so it's a different kind of grief. But to a person that loves animals, it's huge. It's huge. If you will go to my website, I will put the link in the comments. But if you can go to there and sign up for the class, like I said, it's going to be this Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock Central Time. I look forward to seeing you there, and we'll share some good information. Until then, I'll see you next week, but hopefully I'll see you Friday first. Bye for now.